Good morning, everyone, or evening for you guys. This is Tao from CRCC Asia. Thanks for tuning in today to the Duke in China Internship Program webinar. The purpose of the webinar today is hopefully give you a little bit more insight into CRCC Asia, how we partnered with Duke University for this Duke in China program, and then the pieces answer any questions about the placement process, different internship sectors, and any other questions you might have regarding the internship program prior to fully committing. So this is your opportunity to ask any questions. I have a presentation that I hope will give you a little bit more insight into what it will be like for you on the ground, what types of internships are available to you, and what it's going to look like working in a Chinese office. So if you'll see on the sidebar here, there is a question and answer tab. So I recommend that if you have any initial questions that you want to know about, please feel free to input them into the questions tab right now. Sometimes with Google Hangouts, it takes a little bit of lull time for the questions to actually process. So I want to be sure that I'm addressing your questions at the end. So we'll have a bit of time at the end to address any of your questions that you might have additionally, but if you have any immediately or throughout the presentation, please input them in the sidebar and we will address it at the end. Right? Without further ado, I'm gonna switch over here into the PowerPoint and begin the presentation. This is Duke University's Duke in China Internship Program. Today, I'm going to give you a little bit of history about CRCC Asia and how we've established our China Internship Program. I'm going to go through a little bit about our history, just to give you some insight into what we do, how we do it, and how we are a trusted source for internship programs in Asia. Then I'm going to go into a deeper discussion of the placement process. You've been accepted into the Duke in China program. If you are interested in the internship program, you're about to go, you're about to be accepted into the internship program and go through the placement process. So we're just going to give you a little bit of insight into what that process is going to look like for you moving forward. Give you a little bit of more detail about what the internship program will entail for you, and then I'm going to give some examples of the internship sectors and intern responsibilities. I've taken a look at some of the sectors that you've expressed interest in through your application. So we will delve a little deeper into those specific sectors, the types of job responsibilities you can expect to do, and get some sample host companies that you may be able to work for. First, a little bit about CRCC Asia. We were established in 2008. Our flagship China Internship Program launched in 2008. In that first year, we sent 250 interns abroad to our first location in Beijing. So Beijing has been our oldest running program and one of our strongest sectors. We have a myriad of host companies that we've partnered with over the years and have really developed some strong relationships with. So we're trusted by these host companies to provide quality interns, and in turn, we trust them to provide really strong internship experience for our students. So since then, as you can see, we've grown exponentially over the years, each year sending practically double the number of interns that we send each time. After 2015, we've selectively sent over 5,000 global alumni abroad to China to participate in our internship programs. With the popularity of our programs growing, we had our first office in London, and since then have expanded significantly to offices in San Francisco, to Sydney, to Madrid, Venice, and keeping our flagship in London, in order to service all of our universities and student participants all across the world. So the internship program services students globally, so you will be able to interact. You may meet some of our interns on the ground from all over the world. In addition to that, as we've seen the popularity of our Beijing team grow, we've opened up a program in Shanghai as well as Shenzhen. For the purposes of the Duke in China program, your internship will be located in Beijing. CRCC Asia is proud to be really one of the most innovative companies in this sector. We've been trusted by a number of different organizations and been awarded for our innovation. We were winners of the British Business Award in 2012 for our continuing achievements and successful endeavors in China. We were winner of the Cathay Pacific China Business Award, and we can count ourselves winners along with major players like Rolls-Royce, Arup, and SMD Holdings. And we're a trusted partner with the British Council. We are actually partnered with them to send students on their Generation UK program, which is committed to sending 15,000 students from the UK to do study abroad programs in China. So we're very proud of the work that we do, and we are proud of the fact that our interns have been placed in wonderful opportunities in China that have helped to expand their professional development in the future. And the China Internship Program. You are about to embark on a very, very important and intensive international experience with the Duke in China program. Having that 8 weeks of language study will put you ahead of your peers and really help to advance your language skills. In addition to that, an internship program can help you really put those language skills and your international experience into a practical application and help you develop yourselves professionally. Internships are important because it gives you that firsthand experience working with local people. So in addition to the 2 months that you get to stay and really interact in Beijing with experience Chinese culture, you'll be able to get one additional look further into how working in a Chinese office is going to be. You get the practical skills and hands-on international work experience to discuss in a resume, and you gain professional development, understanding office etiquette, handling responsibilities in a work environment, being in charge of a project. So all of these are the benefits of staying on and participating in the internship program through Duke in China. Quick information about the internship program details. This is listed also on the Duke in China website with a little bit more information about what is provided and what the internship is like. So feel free to refer to the Duke in China website for any additional questions. A quick outline, the internship program is going to run from August 1st to the 24th. So it will be pretty immediately after you are finished with your intensive language programs. You get a couple of days of rest before beginning your internship. The program will cost an additional $1,500 in order to secure your guaranteed internship placement. We will also drop you off and give you an office tour on your first day of your internship and supply you with an internship orientation for all participants. Accommodation costs are also 100 yuan a day for the 24-day duration, which is going to be around $367. You will be housed at UIBE, so where you will be located for your language course as well. So there won't be any huge transition there. A little bit about the placement process. We want to make sure that you are comfortable with the placement process and know what to expect going in. So beginning in April, should you choose to continue on with the internship program, we're going to call you. First, we'll email you to set up an interview with our admissions team. This we call the advising session because it really is a very collaborative process. We want to review your resume, review the personal statement that you wrote explaining why you're interested in internship in China, and to get a better sense of you and your experiences and what you're ultimately looking for in an internship. We have your information of the top sectors that you're interested in, as well as the experiences that you have, and we want to get a more holistic look at you and how you best work. So this is an opportunity for you to share information about yourself with our admissions team and really be specific about the type of work and internship that you're looking for. This advising session ultimately helps us and our teams in Beijing to find you placements that are going to match your career goals. Following this, we're going to take your information, and our Beijing team will find three top placement options for you that they feel will meet your expectations and fulfill the career goals that you're looking to accomplish. So this is where the top sector information comes in and the information we have from our advising session. From these top three, our Beijing team will work with the host companies to introduce you, talk about your skills, and see what's going to be the right fit, which companies are going to be the right fit for you. There may be some companies that ask for a follow-up interview with you. If this happens, our Beijing team is going to email you directly and ask you to set up a time via Skype for you to talk with the host company supervisor. This isn't always the case, but it does occur sometimes where the host company will want some additional information about you. Finally, after the process and you are able to be placed, we will have placement day on June 13th. So from the April all the way until June, this is where we will be able to search for your internship, really find the right one for you. You may hear from us for any follow-up interviews, and then June 13th will be placement day. So this is when you will find out what your internship placement will be. We will give you the company's information sheet, which includes a company background and your job responsibilities. So this is an opportunity for you to explore a little bit more about the company, ask us anything, any additional questions that you might have. But everyone will receive their placements on the same day. Now, you are set and guaranteed to have a placement, so you can book your flights prior to this day. You don't need to wait to hear about your internship placement. If you have concerns about your internship placement on placement day, feel free to speak with our admissions team who can provide you with some more information. I am aware sometimes it's a company that you may not know too much about, and that's because China is huge and it's a vastly growing economy, and there are going to be lots of different businesses. So we encourage you to explore the company first, look up things on the website, and see if it's going to be a good fit for you. Some best practices and things to note for the placement process. Be very specific about your career goals and desired learning outcomes in the interview. The more we know about you during the advising session, the better we can place you into an internship that's going to match your interests. So you want to describe things that are going to matter to you as far as an internship. Describe your ideal company environment. You work best on a small team or a large team. Do you want a very hands-on supervisor, or do you want somebody who will give you the freedom to sort of be independent and find your own work? Do you want to be in a Chinese company and so you can practice more of your language skills? Do you want to work in an international company, maybe with a company that is based in Europe and has a base in China, and be able to get more of that international feel and experience? So this is your time to be very specific about what is going to be the most important to you as we take this information and communicate it with our Beijing team, and this helps them with their placements. So the more detail you can give us, the better. With that, you also want to be open-minded when learning about new companies. As I said, we work with over 400 host companies in all of our locations, and Beijing is one of our oldest locations. So we have tons of host companies and relationships with which to find you a strong placement, and our team is well versed on what their expectations are and how students are going to be successful. So oftentimes we may partner you with a company that you haven't heard of before, and this could be because they're very strong in Europe or they're a Chinese-based company. We ask that you first really take your time to research the company and be open-minded more about who the company is, and focus on what your job responsibilities are going to be and what you're really going to learn from the internship, rather than a name that you're familiar with. Now, a quick breakdown into the different placements that we have. Business is one of our strongest placements, and particularly in Beijing, there's a lot of options there for you. So I did notice quite a number of people put finance and accounting. So finance in Beijing, we're going to look, you have the options of working in asset management, investment management, advisory, wealth management, private equity, or insurance. You'll develop professional skills such as financial research and analysis, market research, business development, client management, and sales. So you can be working in a financial firm, in investment property, and learning about how to develop financial research, what's going on in the marketplace, and interact with the clients in that firm. For accounting, the different sectors in accounting are public accounting, taxation, and auditing. You could be assisting accounting firms with accounts receivable and accounts payable, assisting with auditing, tax plans, and overall financial services support. The type of placement and the type of job responsibility, the level of work that you're going to get is going to vary depending on your expertise and experience with finance and accounting, because these are very technical fields that require background in economics and finance and accounting. If you've taken a couple courses or you've had a finance placement before, the type of level of work you're going to get is going to be very different than if this is your first year and this is sort of your first taste of a financial internship. Regardless, this is a great way for you to be exposed to a firm working in finance and accounting and get an idea of what that atmosphere is like and if it's going to be a great place for you. Example of one of the companies that we work with is the Asian Banker, which focuses on strategic business intelligence in the financial services. In general business, our general business options span a number of different things, and really we can accommodate whatever your particular interests are. General business can span things like operations. You can help operate with finance. You can do marketing for a general business role. If there's a particular type of company or sector that you are interested in the business sector, definitely let us know in your interview, as that will help you too. A few of the unique opportunities that we have in Beijing are with small, innovative companies. So very startup-like atmosphere, dynamic and fast-paced environment. Because the company is small, you're able to interact more frequently with senior members of staff. This is ideal for students if you're looking for an entrepreneurial environment or really cross-functional collaborations. If you want an exposure to marketing and operations and kind of getting your hand in everything, a small, innovative startup feel might be the best for you. Other options that we have in business are chambers of commerce, which is ideal for students who are looking at international business. You're interested in international relations and how different countries work with one another. We work with several chambers of commerce, including the Britain Chamber of Commerce, the embassies of Malta, American Chamber of Commerce, Israeli Chamber of Commerce, and the European Chamber, just to name a few. You would assist with the operational functions of these chambers of commerce, attend major events, assist with any marketing of events and logistics. There's also consulting placements, lots of great consulting placements available in Beijing in a wide variety of areas. If you're interested in market research and business development, to IT, to HR, marketing and media, and financial services. So you would be able to develop skills such as market research, analysis, client management, and consulting techniques and best practices. These are just a few examples. These are just a few examples that we have of general business applications. As you can see, they span a wide variety of options. We work with American Apparel, to TEDx, very small, innovative company. You're going to get your hands dirty in a lot of different projects. The China Britain Business Council and 1421 Consulting. In marketing, PR, and advertising, your options are in creative agencies, market research firms. You can work in-house for general business companies, events management. If you have design skills, this is exceptionally desired in the marketing and PR field. They are looking for things like website design, Adobe, Photoshop, Illustrator. And if you do have these skills, you have the opportunity to create designs, help with website content, design, maybe edit websites, create marketing materials for everyone. This isn't required. If you don't have design skills, you are still able to develop a myriad of professional skills working in marketing. Certain tasks involve online media marketing and learning about digital marketing. You can help with events management, market research and strategy, and client management if you're working in agencies. Some examples of placements could be with Edelman PR. It's a very famous American PR agency with a location in China. That's Magazine is an expatriate magazine that you would work in publishing or marketing. And Jack Morton, which is a creative brand agency. Next, the NGO, charity sectors, and education. There are lots of non-government organizations and nonprofits in China tackling environmental and education issues. So this is going to be a main feature in a lot of the Beijing nonprofits, and some very strong ones with creative outlets and the great organizations for you to learn more about the NGO sector in an international environment. There are a lot of issues that they're tackling, including water and pollution, social issues, educational provision, and general charity. You'll learn to help develop fundraising events, relationship management with key fundraisers and key stakeholders. You'll learn to plan and manage events, manage major projects, and develop marketing skills such as social media and digital marketing. In the education sector, this is a subsector of either businesses or NGOs and charities. So for example, LearnLab is an business community to encourage entrepreneurs to develop products and businesses to support education in China. And then we also have Thirst, which focuses on water and pollution awareness. In the healthcare sector, placements can be in private hospitals or pharmaceutical companies. Beijing has strong placements in private hospitals and general healthcare. So if you're looking at shadowing doctors to understand the Chinese healthcare system, there are a limited number of placements there. Also, if you're looking at healthcare in more of an administrative field, or understanding the business processes in healthcare, those are some great options in the healthcare and pharmaceuticals industry. Typical tasks could include business development, marketing projects, projects monitoring healthcare outcomes, and shadowing doctors and healthcare staff. Some examples of placements are International SOS and Oasis International Hospital. Interns in the past, for example, have worked at Oasis International Hospital to figure out what to do market research and figure out what is the ideal client base for Oasis and how do we reach them to let them know that Oasis can meet their healthcare needs. In the legal sector, this is one of Beijing, the legal sector in Beijing is one of the strongest in all of our locations. You can be involved in intellectual property, corporate and commercial law. They're mainly Chinese law firms with offices outside of China or with an international focus. So some Chinese law firms will have additional offices in other locations or be mainly focused on intellectual property on an international level. Responsibilities would include drafting contracts, legal research, client relationships, as you'll be working with both partners and clients within the field. They do ask, because the legal sector is quite strong in Beijing, it can be competitive. So any legal experience that you possess would be desired. Examples would be King and Capital Law Firm and Schmidt and Orloff. In engineering, We have different types of engineerings that work with both technical projects and the business side of things. So projects for a short-term internship like this, since you will only have 3 weeks in Beijing to complete your internship, you may not be exposed to as technical and long-term projects. Be prepared to also learn about the business side of engineering in your placements in the field of civil engineering, environmental, or chemical. Possible tasks could include business development and marketing and technical projects as needed. A really strong sector and big crossover in Beijing is green technology. So not only do we have a lot of strong engineering related to green tech and environmental, you're also looking at availability in consultancies, environmental protection, and water-related companies. There is some crossover with engineering, again, if you're interested in more technical environmental work. Possible tasks in green tech include business development and marketing and more technical projects if you're looking more at the engineering side. Examples of placements include development solutions, rock oil, which is a renewable energy source, and 4D design, where you would be creating designs for educational material in the STEM fields. In the media and creative industries sector, this covers a wide variety of subjects, including journalism, publishing, broadcasting, media management, and consultancy. If you're looking at more of the creative side of this sector, you have graphic design, product design, and fashion design. Beijing is very strong in the publishing and journalism side, and some of the host companies you would work with include BBC Worldwide and Gung Ho Films, which produces television and film. Typical tasks in the industry include editorial work, marketing and business tasks, assisting with TV production, and design work. In real estate and architecture, this sector is divided into architecture firms and interior design companies, as well as property and real estate management. If you're looking more at the business side in terms of real estate, you can work with real estate agents to learn about property portfolios. You can work on property development projects and attend site visits and work and learn about client relationship management in the real estate field. One example of this is Barrett Homes, which is a real estate conglomerate. They're pretty much worldwide, but you're going to be working in their China office. That was a very quick rundown about the different placements available to us at CRCC Asia. I would love to open up for any questions that you might have at the moment. Looks like we don't have any questions operating right now. Let me give it a refresh here, see if we've got any questions coming in. All right, well, it looks like we don't have any particular questions coming in just yet. Feel free to email me or contact Duke in China, the program coordinators there, if you have any questions rolling in. I do know I wanted to touch base on a few questions that we had concerns about before. One student did ask if you would be able to book your flights prior to learning your placements. As I said, you are guaranteed an internship placement, and we will work with you to get that. Placement day won't be until June, but we encourage you to book your flights ahead of time, as I know you will be leaving in June. Oh, thank you. Looks like a question coming in from Zoe. So should our resumes be tailored towards specific sectors we're interested in, or have it general? That's a great question. So to answer your question, we definitely want, if you are looking at a specific sector that you definitely want, feel free to tailor it closer to that sector. For example, if your first choice is marketing, we definitely want, and you have some great experience in marketing, and you did specific marketing tasks in a previous internship that you had, definitely highlight those and tailor it more towards marketing. If you are unsure about where you want to go and are very open, keep it a little bit general so we can we can work with you there. Best practice, I would say, tailor it as much as possible to the type of field that you're looking for. This will help us when we are finding placements for you in that particular sector. And if we can always work with you after the advising session. If you change your mind about the type of particular sector that you're interested in, or we need to make any edits, we will work with you to edit your resume so that it's going to be the best one that we can present to host companies to get you into the company that would be your best fit. All right. Thanks for that. I hope that helped to answer some of your questions there. Any other ones coming in? Okay. Well, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Thank you for tuning in today. As I've said, we're really excited to be welcoming Duke over to China. You will have some great language experience that I think is going to be great for you to use and apply into a professional internship through the China Internship Program. So definitely submit your applications, and for any further questions, contact Duke in China and the program coordinator, Mary Ledemio, and we'll be able to work with you there. We're excited to meet you and set up your advising session in the future. If you have any further questions for us, please feel free to contact Duke in China, and they'll pass along any inquiries. I'm happy to share again. This recording will be recorded, and I will send over a copy. So if you would like to look through some of the placement options again and look through some of those different sectors, feel free to refer to this. If there are no more questions, I'm going to sign off here. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope to see you in China.